Round 2 for the Champions of the Future Academy programme kick-started its weekend in Valencia. And in time qualifying for the seniors on Saturday, Markas Šilkūnas, current championship leader, put himself on the pole position spot ahead of his qualifying heats.
I'm feeling great. We're really fast here in Valencia. We showed it last year also. And yeah, I just feeling great today. And I hope we will do well.
The first of those heats as well started very well for him with a Leicester flag, going all the way to the end. Clear though by half a second from Chiara Battig and Neil Russell in his first appearance in the Champions of the Future Academy programme. Martim Meneses unfortunately did receive a 5-second time penalty, which did put him down in the order after finishing very strong. Qualifying Heat 2 once again saw Šilkūnas right at the sharp end, giving him 100 intermediate classification points, putting him on pole position and securing another 25 championship points to his name ahead of the final. Chiara Battig also finishing in second place would put herself on that front row, ready for a very dramatic final. Wojciech, Woda, Klara, Kowalczyk would round out the top 4 with William Marshall as well, finishing inside that top 5. Ready ahead of their final with Markas Šilkūnas starting it on pole position ahead of Chiara Battig, Häkkinen starting third place ahead of Neil Russell, and Marlon Bayer, who would round out the top 5 ahead of their Saturday final. Into the tram lines, looks like it's a good start for the inside row. Are we racing? Yes we are, and the outside row there of Chiara Battig caught slightly sleeping there and has gone down into the order. That promotes Häkkinen up into second place. And Häkkinen will now have to go to work here to try and close in. However, I don't think she's held on to it. There are carts off in the dirty part of the track. This is what happened to Chiara Battig. So keep an eye. Did she get squeezed out at the start of that
That's
one?
Was Neil Russell.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah, and get caught out on that dirty part of the track.
Now as the battle for second gets a little bit hot, those two drivers on your screen, then there was a move up the inside by the 243. The other driver, the 232, just tried to bite back at him slightly.
In this long final, but again, we don't quite know. He may be just be holding back as Häkkinen's going to lose out on a couple more positions there, and she almost gets squeezed right out onto that dirty part of the track. So now that's Kowalczyk and Wojciech, Woda both going through, and Häkkinen now is going to lose out on another one. That's Senior Ornball now making her way through. Because again, more moves happening down the inside. Oskar Galan getting through past Hernandez. Start pushing now because you're being caught up. And being caught up is Marlon Bayer, as he's just been sent there by Wojciech Woda. Here comes Klara Kowalczyk. She's going to move it down the inside as well. So now that is Bayer down to P5 now. Kowalczyk was 9/10, now is 1.1 seconds. So Markas Šilkūnas very clearly was just holding back there at the beginning just to maintain the tyre just that little bit more in this long race, but now has been given the green light to push and push in this phase of the race. Here in 2025 though, Markas Šilkūnas extends that championship lead with an extra point as well. It is Markas Šilkūnas across the line for Lithuania. He claims his third final win of the 2025 season, ahead by 4 seconds from Martim Meneses from Portugal. Wojciech Woda sits in third place at the end of that one, only 0.6 of a second behind Martim Meneses.
I was a bit over pushing in the end, and the tires was also dying in the end, normal, but yeah, I just over pushed a bit.
The scene was set for Sunday's racing, and it would be a different pole sitter for the first time in 2025, with William Marshall putting it on the top spot, clear by less than 1/10 of a second from current championship leader Markas Šilkūnas.
I feel good, thanks. Yep, I felt really fast this whole weekend, and now in this qualifying, I've just put it together and stuck it on pole. Yeah.
Chiara Battig would be starting those qualifying heats third, ready ahead of a frantic Sunday's racing. Markas Šilkūnas, though, would take the honours in that first qualifying heat, beating William Marshall, who had drama at the start of that race with his engine not firing up. Chiara Battig and Klara Kowalczyk would round out the top 3 ahead of Wojciech Woda and Oskar Galan, who would round out the top 5, with Häkkinen having a good fight but suffering a nose cone penalty at the end of the first qualifying heat. Chiara Battig, though, would take the honours in the second of those qualifying heats, putting it on P1, ahead of Klara Kowalczyk. Markas Šilkūnas dropping to third place, ahead of Martim Meneses and Wojciech Woda. Rafael Ballard would round out the top 6, but going into that final, after the good results, Chiara Battig would find herself on pole position for the final ahead of the current championship leader, Markas Šilkūnas. Klara Kowalczyk would be starting behind Chiara Battig on the second row of the grid, with Wojciech Woda alongside, with Oskar Galan and Martim Meneses rounding out row number 3 ahead of the final.
As they head under the lights then for the final time racing here at Valencia in the seniors, and it's Klara Kowalczyk that looks like she's just slotted herself up the inside. Are we clean through turn number 1? No, we're not, because we've got drivers spinning round. I think that could be Sinja on pole. Early stages of this race then, it's Kowalczyk that has got herself into second position. The 2-4-5 is out then.
As the two of them go wheel to wheel there down the start-finish straight, and now Oskar Galan is going to go to the outside line here through turn number 1. He's going to try and go around the long side. Is he going to make it work? Oh, just not close enough. But that was a very valiant effort, and now Šilkūnas finds his way up in the second place. Here comes Kowalczyk once again on Battig. They have switched places once more. A new race leader, and something tells me, Nicole, this is going to be an almighty fight all the way to the end of this race. We've lost the likes of Emmanuel Corona, we've lost Guido Badoli, and we've lost Lucas Hernandez. They're all out of this race as a change for second place. Markas Šilkūnas now, Nicole, is up into P2, albeit he ran a little bit wide there out of the corner of turn number 12.
Klara Kowalczyk, though, still leading the way, and now it's a trio of karts, really, that are going to be battling out for that first position. It's Šilkūnas now leads the way, overtaking Klara Kowalczyk. But it's going to be detrimental if Kowalczyk, you know, that toe is broken. And up the inside then goes Chiara Battig. So it's the two Discover Your Drive drivers just jostling for position now.
You can see that Ella Häkkinen's on the charge through the field, 2 places gained, and is looking for a third here if she can try and get down the inside of Oskar Galan for position, but I don't think that Galan's going to give this one up too easily. However, she's going to look to the inside there at turn number 7. Galan's going to try and defend it there. The two go absolutely wheel banging through turn number 8 and 9, but Häkkinen keeps her foot very much planted down the inside.
Louis Camon then, after being on a charge, he was up by 12 positions, is now out. Fastest lap then is your race leader, Markas Šilkūnas. He set a 55.756. So just shows actually the capability of these Vega tyres. They're very wear resistant and they get faster and faster as the stages of the race actually go on.
Into that final chicane, it's Battig and Kowalczyk fighting for second place here, but also you've got Meneses and Häkkinen just behind as well.
There is your race winner then. Once again, it's Markas Šilkūnas that takes a final win.
Yeah, he does. Markas Šilkūnas takes the checkered flag, and that is 4 out of 4 for Markas Šilkūnas. A dominant performance continues to dominate here in Valencia. There, though, are your winners. Markas Šilkūnas, Chiara Battig, and Klara Kowalczyk.
Yeah, it was a long race. The start was really difficult, and we managed to pull another win in the championship.